Greetings, everyone. And before you glaze over, this is not a coronavirus plan of action for Antioch Central update. Actually, it's something much more exciting and positive to talk about. I wanted to touch base with you today for a little bit about grow. You remember that? Actually, it was only last month. It kind of feels like last year at this point, but we haven't even been 2 months into the process yet. And so I wanted to just first of all encourage you. I know for those of you that are already at home, kind of quarantined, it's very easy to get caught up with projects around the house. Or caught up in a good book, or watching something on TV, or your iPad, playing games, etc. And I think all of those things kind of have a time and a place. And I'm sure some of you have been in need of a little bit of downtime. But I want to encourage you, this is a really great opportunity for you to work on some of the discipleship process, especially if you haven't finished up Spiritual Growth 1 yet. What a great opportunity for you to do some reading and studying. And one of the beauties of the time that we're in right now is if you are at home, then rather than just breezing through a chapter and answering the questions, you can do a little deeper digging in the various areas that may interest you. One of the awesome things nowadays is all you got to do is go on Google, and you can do some great Bible study on Google. You don't have to have Bible software, hundreds of dollars worth of Bible software anymore to do some studying. You can simply do that through Google, which I'm sure some of you have apps and software as well. But point being, nowadays, that's a whole lot simpler than it used to be. So I want to encourage you to spend some time. I realize some of you, the only book you may have right now is Spiritual Growth 1. And so I would encourage you to spend some time working on that. I would encourage you, maybe your Oikos has a group chat already or a discussion going on in Realm, and you can chime in on that. But if you're not a part of a group, create your own group. Reach out to some of your friends and start a discussion. Share what it is that you're learning. Share what the Lord is speaking to you about. I know we are in a challenging time, but let's not lose track of the fact that we also are in a very exciting time as a congregation, as we are still in the process of launching our discipleship development process. And so I want to just encourage you. Again, I know it's easy. In all honesty, I've worked in the last several days a project at my house, and will continue to do so. But I think we all need to be on purpose and make sure that we take advantage of this opportunity that we have been given. And I also am really excited because I can actually introduce to you today what I talked about in the last Grow video, and that is the online program that we are using, again, for the things on your discipleship card that say watch. So, for example, watch the selfie series, and there's some other things. Watch stewardship, which we have recorded that. We're in the process of getting that edited so that it can be available. But the software that we're using is now available. And so how awesome is it that you can, starting today, if you would like, you can begin that piece of the discipleship process and watch the selfie series is what is available right now, and begin answering the questions and gleaning from that material. I know that some of you have already watched this series, but we would encourage you to do it again through the software that we're using, because that way it helps to provide accountability. And it also helps to ensure that you are engaging in what you are watching. So to get your account set up, all you got to do is go to Antioch-U.com. Again, that's Antioch-U.com. When you get to that page, if you're on a computer, at the top of that page, you will see an option to create an account. And so you click on that, and it's going to take you to a screen with several different fields that you need to fill in, such as your name, email address, you got to create a password, etc. But one of the most important things, and please listen to this part carefully, this is a very important part of the process. One of the fields that you have to enter something into is called user type. User type. And it's actually a drop-down list that you click on. So when you click on that list, you're going to see several different options that are available for you to select as a user type. If you are a part of Antioch Central, then you need to select Antioch Central. It's pretty obvious there, I know, but this is an extremely important step in this process. This has to do with some of the administration of this process and the use of this software. And so it's very important that you select Antioch Central. If you happen to come across this video, you're not a regular member at Antioch, you actually are able to access this as well. If you go and begin to set up your account, it's also very important for you to select the proper thing under user type. And so if you're not specifically connected to one of the congregations at Antioch, then you just simply select learner. All you got to do is select learner, and that's the category that you will be in. Once you've filled out all of those fields, especially the required ones, you can then create your account and you are ready to go. And so once you do that, I would encourage you to browse around a little bit and familiarize yourself. But again, the selfie series is the thing that we have up and ready to go. It's not just there to watch. It's got the questions already a part of it. And if you go under catalog and scroll through there, you will see the selfie series. And then you can register for that class, that online course, and then you can begin the process. I realize some of you navigate things like this and are not intimidated at all by new programs, new things online. But we also know that some of you, you need a little bit of guidance and a little bit of help. So I will be getting out an email with some of this information. It'll include the link to get to Elevate. That's the name of the software. It'll have the link for you to get to it. And then also we will include the names, the email addresses of some of the folks that are a part of Antioch Central that will be willing and available to help navigate you if you have any comment or questions or issues with trying to learn how to use this program. As I've said many times, we don't want there to be any obstacles to anyone. And so we want to be available and ready to help you. Now, once you log on and get set up, you will see that there's a lot of other material that is already on this program, and you're welcome to access other material as well. just pointing out the selfie series because it's something that you can do and make progress on your level 1 of your discipleship development. So this is a really exciting day. Actually, I came prepared to make a video about grow. And as I was on my way to the church, we received the information that the software was up and ready to be used. So, hey, if you don't have plans this evening, which a bunch of you probably don't, rather than catching up on whatever series you may be behind on, why don't you get set up in Elevate and begin the selfie series? And hopefully within the next couple of weeks at the very most, we will actually have some of the other series up and available so that you can continue progressing. So again, I know some of you, in fact, I'll speak for myself. It's been an extremely busy couple of months. And a little bit of this downtime that we have been forced into has been a blessing in some ways. The opportunity to just kind of slow down a little bit. Feel like we've been going kind of 90 to nothing here. But I also think we've been given a great opportunity. And not only with regards to continuing to spend time in prayer, which again, coronavirus or not, we ought to be praying. And coronavirus or not, we ought to be studying and growing and developing. But obviously, we can take advantage of this time and spend a little bit more time in these areas than we may normally be able to spend. So I'm encouraging you today. We don't know how much longer all of this is going to last. And I don't know about you, I'm a little bit weary of spending all of my time focused on what's the latest update, what's the next thing happening with the coronavirus. As I've said, and as you know, this is in God's hands. So I will continue to pay attention, especially for the sake of leading this wonderful congregation that God has blessed me to lead. And I'm sure you will continue to pay attention as well. But I would like personally, when all of this is done, to be able to look back and know that I was a good steward of this time that God gave us, the season God gave us. So again, I will follow up. We will follow up in Realm as well as our email distribution list and give you the link as well as some contact information for some folks that may be able to help you if by chance you get in and try to start some of this and find it difficult to do. God bless you. Thank you for taking the time to watch this. And in spite of our circumstances, let's keep growing together in our relationship with God and our relationships with each other, because it is still the year of Jubilee. And I realized a couple of months ago when I first declared that, never expected this would be a part of that year. But again, God knew, and He is not the least bit fazed by it. And I believe we are going to continue to experience the year of Jubilee. God bless you.